My name is David Sine, pediatrician. I am a medical director for the Pediatric Palliative Care Program at Valley Children's Hospital, as well as Hines Hospice, Tulare Hospice, and now Hoffman Hospice. So for me, when I do a consult on a child with a life-threatening, life-limiting diagnosis, my first goal is always to do whatever I can do and make as many recommendations for pain and symptom management. And then honestly, like the second or third thing on the list is, have they had a Make-A-Wish? Because almost all of those kids I'm consulting on, I now know qualify for a Make-A-Wish. And I think when the medical field gets really busy with doing their medical care, those things can sometimes go to the side and get forgotten. So Morgan's an incredible kid. She was otherwise healthy girl until she was 8-9 years old. Competitive gymnast, athlete, straight A student in school, all of those kind of things. And then started just having a lot of issues with her body. And over a long period of time, she ultimately ended up with a diagnosis of something called Behçet's, which is a pretty rare autoimmune disease that affects her entire body. She's probably had it 3 or 4 times at least in the last 6 or so years where she's been pretty close to dying. But I was talking to Morgan and we're like, hey, has anybody ever talked about Make-A-Wish before? And she's like, no, isn't that for kids with cancer? So we kind of went through that whole thing. Found out that her wish was to go to Hawaii. That's what she really wanted to do, was go to Hawaii. The thoughts of a kid this sick going to Hawaii made me a little bit nervous, and I don't get nervous about those kind of things too often. But ultimately she was able to go on her Make-A-Wish, was able to swim with dolphins, was able to do all the things that she wanted to do in Hawaii with her brother and parents, and came home just a kid that felt like she had accomplished what she wanted to do. You know, she really wanted to get herself healthy enough, strong enough to be able to go on the Make-A-Wish with her family. Yeah, so when she came back for Wish, it's that thing, and that's when it really solidified in me the sense of accomplishment, because if you looked at her before she went, you know, she was very, very sick, and she hides it fairly well. But when she came back from the Make-A-Wish, it was a sense like I did it. I was able to keep myself healthy enough, stay strong enough to be able to go on this wish. Things that a otherwise normal child could do as a special needs kid with a life-threatening, life-limiting diagnosis was huge, you know, and to kind of see that on her where it was this sense of like accomplishment. That's in her repertoire now, so she knows that I can do it. You know, what I've been told by a lot of kids with special needs is they want to be normal, you know, so normal kids want to be something special, special needs kids want to be normal. And I think one of the things that a Make-A-Wish does is help them focus on something normal, like doing something they want to do, something fun, something that other kids can do. You take this child who's really sick and you're able to get them to the point where they're able to go on a wish and do something. And then when they come back, again, that sense of accomplishment, like I did it, I was able to get strong enough to be able to go on my Make-A-Wish.